You may think this is a random video that appeared on your feed by chance, but there are no accidents, not for you, not anymore. This message had to find you today at this exact moment because you have been sending out a signal without even realizing it. It's a signal born from exhaustion, from feeling like you are constantly swimming against a current that is determined to pull you under. You have felt lost, misunderstood, and profoundly alone, even in a crowded room. You've looked at your life and wondered, is this it? Is this all there is? This feeling, this deep, aching void, is not a sign of failure. It is the opposite. It is the final confirmation that you are one of the chosen ones. The universe has been trying to get your attention, sending whispers and signs that you may have dismissed as coincidence. But now, the whispers have become a roar. You have a rare gift, a powerful dormant ability that is encoded into your very soul. It is the source of your sensitivity, your deep empathy, the reason you feel everything so intensely. For too long you have been taught to see this as a weakness, a flaw to be managed or hidden. But it is your greatest strength, and the time to go within and finally develop it is now. This is not a gentle invitation. This is an urgent summons. The life you have been living is about to be dismantled so that your true purpose can be built in its place. To begin this profound transformation, like this video, subscribe to this channel so you do not miss the messages that are meant for you, and comment 77 below to signal to the universe that you are open and ready to receive. Replay this video in the background as you go about your day. The frequency embedded in these words had to find you, to help you come out from the fog of negative thoughts so you can finally soar. By replaying it, you are confirming that you are ready to accept this divine help and begin your true journey. Chapter 1. The Echo in the Quiet Room. For years, perhaps your entire life, you have sought out noise. The television always on, music playing through your headphones, endless scrolling, conversations that go nowhere, anything to fill the silence, because in the silence you feel it, don't you? That strange, unsettling echo. It's a feeling you can't quite name, a low hum of energy that seems to vibrate just beneath the surface of your skin. It makes you feel restless, anxious, as if you've forgotten something critically important but can't remember what. You have mistaken this feeling for a problem to be solved. You thought it was anxiety, depression, or loneliness. You have run from this silence, from this echo, because you believed it was the source of your pain. But what if I told you that you were running in the wrong direction? That quiet room you fear, the one you try so hard to fill with distractions, is not a prison. It is a sanctuary. It is the only place where you can begin to hear your own soul. The world is loud, chaotic, and intentionally designed to keep you from looking within. It bombards you with demands, expectations, and definitions of who you should be. But you, as one of the chosen ones, were never meant to fit into its narrow boxes. The profound discomfort you feel is the friction between your true, expansive nature and the constricting reality you've been forced to inhabit. The echo in the quiet room is not a symptom of your brokenness. It is the first call from your dormant gift. It is the sound of your inner power stirring from its long slumber. It has been waiting for you. It has been patiently waiting for a moment of stillness, a gap in the noise, to make itself known. Think back. Think of those moments when you were forced into solitude, a long drive alone, a sleepless night, a moment of quiet reflection. In those moments, didn't you receive a sudden insight, a flash of clarity, a gut feeling so strong it was undeniable? You lightly brushed it off, but that was your gift speaking to you in its native language. The work that lies before you now begins with intentionally creating that space. It requires you to be brave enough to turn off the noise and sit with the echo. It will feel uncomfortable at first. All the emotions you have been suppressing will surface. All the fears you have been running from will present themselves. Do not run. Greet them. Acknowledge them. They are simply old gatekeepers. illusions designed to test your resolve. Your task is to sit in that quiet room until the echo is no longer a faint hum, but a clear voice. It is the voice of your intuition, your higher self. It is the voice that holds the map to your entire destiny. The development of your rare gift does not begin with learning a complex technique or a secret ritual. It begins with the simple, courageous act of being still and listening to the truth that already resides within you. This is the first step in reclaiming the power you were born with. Chapter 2. Unpacking the baggage of normal. From a very young age, you knew you were different. You didn't have the words for it then, but you felt it in your bones. You saw things others didn't, felt things others couldn't, and understood things that made no logical sense. Perhaps you knew who was calling before the phone rang. Maybe you had vivid dreams that later came true in startling detail. You might have been the child who could feel the emotional atmosphere of a room the moment you walked in, instinctively knowing when there was tension or sadness, even when everyone was smiling. You possessed a raw, unfiltered connection to the unseen world. And what happened? The world told you it wasn't real. Your parents, with the best intentions, may have called it an overactive imagination. Teachers might have labeled you a daydreamer. Friends may have called you weird or too sensitive. You learned very quickly that your inner world was not welcome in the outer world. To survive, to be accepted, to be loved, you began a long and painful process of self-abandonment. You packed your rare gift away, deep in the baggage of trying to be normal. You built walls around your heart to stop feeling so much. You learned to ignore your intuition and rely on logic, because logic was rewarded and praised. You silenced the inner voice that whispered truths and instead listened to the loud voices of authority that dictated what was real and what was not. This process was a trauma. It was the severing of a sacred connection to your own soul. The life you have been living since then has been an echo of that original wound. The feeling of not belonging, of being an imposter, stems from the fact that you have been living a life that is not your own. You have been wearing a costume of normalcy, and it has become heavy, suffocating, and unbearably painful. It's time to unpack that baggage. This is not about blaming those who conditioned you. They were simply passing on the limitations they had accepted for themselves. This is about taking radical responsibility for your own liberation. It requires you to go back in your mind and in your heart and reclaim that child who knew the truth. The one who trusted their feelings, who saw magic in the mundane, and who had not yet learned to be ashamed of their own light. You must become your own loving parent, telling that inner child, you were right all along. What you felt was real. What you saw was real. Your sensitivity is not a flaw. It is a superpower. This unpacking is a messy, emotional process. It means acknowledging the deep grief of having denied your true self for so long. It means forgiving yourself for trying to fit in. As you begin to do this, you will notice something remarkable. The things you thought were your biggest weaknesses will reveal themselves as the very core of your gift. Your overthinking is actually a powerful analytical ability that can perceive patterns others miss. Your extreme sensitivity is a highly advanced empathic antenna. Your tendency to daydream is a portal to higher realms of consciousness and creativity. You are a chosen one, not in spite of these traits, but because of them. The world tried to convince you that your unique frequency was a problem. The truth is, it's the key to everything. It is time to stop apologizing for who you are and start celebrating it. The weight of normal is about to be lifted from your shoulders, and you will remember what it feels like to stand tall in your own magnificent truth. Chapter 3. The Gift That Feels Like a Curse. For so long, the very essence of your gift has masqueraded as a curse. This is a critical truth that you must understand to move forward. The universe does not bestow pain without purpose, especially upon its chosen ones. The struggles you The struggles you have endured are not random punishments. They are the direct, unmanaged symptoms of an immense power you were never taught how to wield. If you are an empath, you have likely felt perpetually drained, anxious, and emotionally unstable. You walk into a store and suddenly feel a wave of inexplicable sadness or anger. You absorb the stress of your colleagues, the anxieties of your family, the collective pain of the world, all without a conscious filter. You have probably been diagnosed with anxiety disorders or depression, medicated and told to manage your moods. But you were never just managing your own moods. You were carrying the emotional weight of everyone around you without understanding that you are a psychic sponge. This gift of empathy feels like an unbearable lifelong curse that isolates you and makes you feel fundamentally broken. If your gift is clairvoyance, you may have been haunted by flashes of insight, visions, or symbols you couldn't interpret. These glimpses into other timelines or potential futures might have felt terrifying, making you believe you were losing your mind. You saw things that made no sense, and when you couldn't explain them logically, you learned to suppress them, fearing your own sanity. This divine sight, when misunderstood, becomes a source of deep-seated fear and paranoia. If your gift is one of knowing, clear cognizance, you have been plagued by a constant stream of information. You just know things about people, situations, and outcomes without any evidence. This has likely put you at odds with others your entire life. You've tried to warn people who wouldn't listen, only to watch things unfold exactly as you knew they would. This has made you feel unheard, invalidated, and frustrated, as if you are screaming into a void. People may have called you a know-it-all or dismissed your insights, leaving you to carry the burden of this knowledge alone. Your gift has been a source of profound isolation. It has made you feel like an alien on your own planet. You have felt too much, seen too much, and known too much for a world that celebrates blissful ignorance. This is why you hit rock bottom. Your system can no longer handle the immense energy of your unmanaged gift. The curse has reached its breaking point. It is demanding to be seen, acknowledged, and finally understood for what it truly is, a sacred instrument. The exhaustion, the burnout, the emotional turmoil, it's all a sign that the power is overflowing and needs to be channeled constructively. Your journey now is to reframe this entire experience. The pain was not the gift itself, but the resistance to it. The suffering was born from the lack of knowledge. You are like someone who was born with the strength of 100 people, but was never taught how to control it, accidentally breaking everything you touch. You are not cursed. You are powerful. You are not broken. You are awakening. The next step is to stop fighting against your nature and start working with it. It is time to learn how to shield your energy, to cleanse your field, to interpret the signs, and to trust the information you receive. Your greatest pain is about to be transmuted into your most profound purpose. Chapter 4. The First Cracks in the Dam. Every chosen one reaches a point where the universe intervenes directly. The gentle nudges give way to a seismic event, the rock bottom that shatters the illusion of the life you thought you were building. It may be a sudden job loss, the end of a relationship, or a health crisis that brings you to your knees. On the surface, it feels like destruction and failure. You look at the wreckage of your life with utter despair. You must understand, this is not a punishment, it is a rescue mission. You had built a dam to hold back the river of your true self, constructed from societal expectations and fear of judgment. You were living in a spiritually arid land behind that dam, while your soul's power built to a torrential force on the other side. You were not meant to live in a desert. You were meant to be the river. So the universe, in its infinite love for you, had to break the dam. That painful event was the divine dynamite required to create the first cracks. Now the water is beginning to seep through. It's the feeling of disorientation, the sense that nothing will ever be the same. It's the sudden inability to tolerate the meaningless job or the draining friendships. This discomfort is the power of your soul beginning to reclaim its territory. Most people, when the dam cracks, panic and try to patch the holes, desperately trying to rebuild the same structure that was suffocating them. You are being called to do the opposite. You must surrender to the flood. Let the old structures wash away and the false identity dissolve. This breakdown is not the end of your life. It is the end of the lie you were living. It is a sacred demolition. The pain is immense, yes, but it is the pain of childbirth, not of death. The universe did not break you to abandon you. It broke you open so your immense power could finally be released. Your only job now is to stop fighting the current. The cracks are not a sign of weakness. They are the evidence of your impending freedom. Chapter 5. Calibrating your inner compass. As the dam of your old reality cracks, you enter a period of profound recalibration. The navigation systems you once relied on, logic, external validation, the opinions of others, are now offline, useless in this new territory. You are being forced to learn to use a far more ancient and accurate tool, your inner compass. This compass is your intuition, the subtle yet powerful pull of your soul. It has always been there, but its signal was drowned out by the noise of the world. Now you can finally feel its pull. Calibrating this compass is your primary work. It means learning to trust feeling over thinking. This is challenging, as you've been conditioned to believe feelings are unreliable. But for a chosen one, your feelings are data. The excitement you feel about a certain path, even if it makes no logical sense, is your compass pointing north. The heavy, draining feeling you get around a person or in an environment is your compass warning you to change course. Start small. Pay attention to the little nudges in your day. When deciding what to eat or which route to take, pause and ask your body what feels right. Don't analyze it. Just feel for a sensation of lightness, a yes, or contraction, a no. The more you honor these small signals, the louder they will become. Your dreams and waking life will also fill with guidance. Keep a journal to note the patterns in your dreams and the synchronicities, like repeating numbers that appear in your day. These are not coincidences, they are winks from the universe confirming your alignment. This process requires you to become a scientist of your own energy. Notice how you feel after talking to different people. Notice which activities energize you and which ones deplete you. You are learning to distinguish your own energy from the energy of others, a crucial skill for mastering your gift instead of being a victim of it. This calibration is your sacred training, teaching you to navigate the world not with your eyes, but with your soul. Chapter 6. Your tribe is waiting. One of the most painful aspects of being an unrecognized, chosen one is the profound loneliness of walking a path no one else seems to understand. You have felt like a visitor from another planet, dimming your light to be tolerated in social circles that were never meant for you. This isolation was a necessary part of your journey. It forced you to go within and find your own strength, protecting your unique energy before it was ready to shine. That phase of solitary incubation is now ending. As you do the inner work, you emit a new energetic frequency, the pure, unfiltered signal of your authentic soul. Like a powerful broadcast, this frequency is calling in those tuned to the same channel. Your tribe is waiting for you. They are other chosen ones, awakened souls who have also been on a similar journey. When you meet them, the recognition is instantaneous. There is no pretense, just a feeling of coming home. These connections are not based on superficialities, but on a deep soul resonance and a shared understanding of the unseen world. As this new tribe assembles, your old world will simultaneously fall away. The relationships built on your inauthentic self will feel unbearably draining, and the misalignment will become obvious. Let these connections go. Letting them go creates the necessary space for your true soul family to enter. You must be ruthless in protecting your energy now. Your sensitive system cannot afford to be around those who are cynical or draining. Your light is a mirror, and those not ready to see their own potential may try to dim yours. Recognize this vibrational mismatch and lovingly release them. The universe is orchestrating these new connections with divine precision. You might meet them in the most unexpected places. Be open. Be brave enough to follow your intuition when it nudges you toward a new person. These people are your destiny. They are the ones who will see your gift, understand your journey, and celebrate your power. They are the mirrors who will reflect your own magnificence back to you, helping you see yourself as the universe sees you. You have been alone long enough. Your tribe is assembling. Listen for their call. Chapter 7. The universe in the palm of your hand. The final stage of this initial awakening is not a destination, but an entirely new way of being. As your gift becomes more integrated, as your inner compass becomes your primary guide, and as your tribe gathers around you, you begin to understand a profound truth. The universe is not something that happens to you, it is something that responds to you. The separation you once felt between yourself and the world dissolves. You realize that your inner state, your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, is the energetic blueprint that shapes your outer reality. This is the ultimate power of your rare gift. It is the ability to consciously co-create with the divine intelligence of the cosmos. This is what it means to have the universe in the palm of your hand. It is not about control in an egotistical sense. It is about alignment. It is about becoming such a pure channel for your soul's purpose that the universe rearranges itself around you to support your mission. The resources you need will appear. The right people will show up. The opportunities you could have never planned for will manifest. Your life will begin to feel less like a struggle and more like a miraculous flow. Your developed gift becomes your sacred navigation tool in this flow. If you are empathic, you no longer just absorb pain. You become a powerful healer, able to transmute dense energies in people and places just with your presence. You can sense what others need on a soul level and provide profound comfort and clarity. If you are clairvoyant, you no longer fear your visions. You use them to perceive potential timelines, to help guide yourself and others away from pitfalls and toward the highest possible outcomes. You become a visionary, a seer of potential. If you are claircognizant, you no longer feel burdened by what you know. You embrace your role as a conduit for wisdom. You speak truths that cut through confusion and catalyze transformation in those who are ready to hear it. You become a divine messenger, a teacher. The life you are stepping into is one of purpose. Every challenge you have faced, every tear you have shed, was preparation for this. You were being forged in the fires of adversity to be able to hold this immense light and wield this sacred power. You are a chosen one, not for a life of ease, but for a life of service that is rendered simply by being your most authentic, powerful self. Your very existence in this heightened state of awareness helps to raise the consciousness of the planet. There is no final chapter to this story. This is not an ending, this is the true beginning. The dismantling is complete, and the foundation for your new reality has been laid. The real work and the real magic starts now. The path forward will unfold one intuitive step at a time. The universe is now waiting for your command.